Hello, everyone. A very good evening to all of you, and welcome to another session. Myself, Arun Shahu. I'll be your learner success manager for today's session. So, before we get started with the session, please give me a quick confirmation if my voice is loud and clear to everyone. You can confirm me over the chat box. Thank you so much for the confirmation. Now, let me do a quick audio check with our trainer too. Hi, Anand sir. Good evening. For audio confirmation, can you please unmute your mic?
Hey, hi, Arun sir. Very good evening.
Thank you so much, sir, for the audio confirmation. I've given you the access, sir. You can get started with the session at any time. Thank you, sir, and
Sure,
thank you,
sure.
everyone.
And Arun sir, learners will be able to share the screen, right?
Yes, yes, they will be able to share the screen, sir.
I just need to unshare my screen. That's it, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, sure.
Yep. Thank you, sir.
Hey, hi, everyone. Very good evening to another session. Okay, so before let's get started with the today's session, let's wait for few more minutes so that everyone can join. Uh, right now, I have few things. Okay. So first of all, I wanted to talk with Sahil. Is Sahil there? Let me check. Sahil, you are there? Yeah. I'm unmuting you, Sahil. 1 second, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Sahil. You have
Good
shared
evening.
one concern in Slack. Was that solved, or still you are
Yeah,
getting the
that
error?
has been no, that has been solved. I raised the ticket also, and I had a conversation with the LMS. So they took that on priority basis, and they resolved the solution in the next morning on the same day on 24th. That was the last day.
Uh
So
huh.
they fill in the form from their end. They have taken the screenshots from my side, and I've
Okay.
given to them over the mail, and they did the same.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. Thanks, Sahil. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Now I'll go to Diva. Divakran, you are there. 1 second. Yeah, you are there. Let me unmute you. Yes, Samruddhi. I'll unmute you after Divakran. Yeah, Divakran. You
I
had a query, right?
Yeah, my query is simple
Uh-huh.
because I found a lot of people, a lot of my friends and my circle, there are
Uh-huh.
gym going to the gym and all, but the only app they're using is Spotify, man. The Spotify or
Okay.
music app. Fitness app,
Mhm.
only can find a handful of three people. In
That's
the
okay. That's okay. So what you do, so there are two approaches, Divakaran. The first is whatever you have, like you got the people for research, that's okay. Or you can train people further research. What you can do is you can tell them this is the scenario and they can perform in the real time. So for now, as it's ethnography, you can go ahead with three people and you collect the data and then you can find your insights. That's okay. You can go ahead with three people. That's okay.
Okay, okay, Anand. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Perfect. Now I'll go to Samruddhi. 1 second. Okay, let me unmute you. Yeah, I found Samruddhi.
Yes, sir. Am
Yeah,
I
Samruddhi.
audible? Yeah.
Yeah, you are
So,
audible.
yes, sir. I had the same question which Kevin has just put up, that I have signed
Okay.
for the Figma Pro, but I didn't get any update that if my account is activated or not. I even checked my email,
Okay.
but there is no update as such that the account is uh, has gotten the Pro access. I'm not able to see it in the Figma as well.
Okay. No worries. So what you can do for that thing is you will surely receive an email. However, till that time you can raise a request. You can raise a ticket in the chat
Okay.
support and they will help you out for sure.
Okay, sir.
For
Sure.
Figma, yeah, for Figma licensing, whatever the thing is there, they will help you out, guys. Okay, don't worry about that.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, yeah,
Yes.
okay. So let's wait for 2 more minutes. Till that time, can anyone tell me what we have covered in the last class? Quickly, quickly, guys. Can anyone tell me? In, in the chat also, that's fine. In the chat also, that's fine, guys. No worries in that. Quick one, ethnography. Okay, apart from ethnography, what we have covered? Only ethnography. Quick, guys, quick, quick. We have covered a lot. Over the chat. Okay, qualitative and okay, quantitative analysis method. Okay. Okay. Few tools. Okay, good. Okay, few tools we have covered. Okay. Let me check. Miro dovetail, right. That's what I wanted to hear. Okay. Okay. And what was the last thing that we talked about before closing the yeah, before closing? Affinity diagram, correct, correct. Dovetail, right, right, correct, correct, guys. What is the last that we covered? Last thing, like we did one engagement, right? About a famous soft drink brand. Anyone remember what was that activity? Coca-Cola. Okay, it was Pepsi. Any which ways, that's fine. Perfect. So we talked about basically the empathy mapping. Okay. So guys, let's get started with today's session officially. So I'm sharing my screen. Okay. Okay, let me close this. So what we have done in last classes are like dovetail or all this stuff, and we ended with a Pepsi. And here basically we talked about the empathy mapping funda. Okay, so it is very important is that the motto or the message that you wanted to deliver to your audience or to your user, that should be clear and in align with the design or the launch or campaign that you are doing. And Pepsi was dramatically failed in that one, and due to this only resonance was not there, right? So you can't have some ad or something fun and cool way, and where you are promoting unity and peace. Okay, so empathy is very important, and in today's class we'll talk about empathy, we'll talk about persona. Okay, we will have one activity, and we have few theory things needs to cover, and we have one tool engagement also. Okay, and I'll also try to give you some knowledge on user journey map. Okay, using the FigJam basically. Okay, so in Figma, one thing is FigJam. So using FigJam, how you can create a user journey map, we'll talk about that also. Okay, so at any point of time you feel like you are disconnected, or you feel like okay, there's something stuck or you are not clear, quickly raise your hand or ping me in chat. Okay, and let's get this clear, because again it's related with each other. Okay, once you understand empathy, then only it will be able to understand, yeah, perfect, then only you'll be able to understand this one, empathy, this one, persona. Okay, and from persona only everything is related. Okay, journey map and on. Okay, so try to understand each and every concept, the tool that is there. For any doubt, let me know. Okay, so we did the Pepsi one. What we are going to learn today is we are going to learn empathy, persona, scenario mapping. As I told you, we are going to talk about how to develop some empathy mapping with the help of some qualitative user data. We'll talk about in detail of persona. We'll also talk about scenario mapping, as I told you, and a few techniques. Okay, so today's class will be more or less towards this. So, with that, let's get started with the empathy mapping. And let me make it in presentation mode. Load. Okay, empathy mapping, understanding user emotions and motivations. So, as the name suggests, guys, okay, you see here what we are saying basically understanding user emotions. So emotions is have everything. Okay, as you know, right? Whenever people is happy, then also there is an emotion. When people is or user is sad, then also there is an emotion. So we are going to talk about emotion and motivations about user. Okay, now first and foremost, what is empathy mapping? Quickly understand the logic behind empathy mapping, why it is important, and why we are going to do it. Okay, so first understand what, and then we'll talk about why. Okay, so it is process of organizing research. Okay, so that you can get the overall idea from the user. So it's process of organizing your research. So you are organizing your research. Till now we have collected many data, we got many qualitative data and quantitative data, like that is numerical and non-numerical data. Okay, now we are organizing the thing. Okay, and it is an iterative practice. And what it does, it actually helps to better understand the user. Okay, and by this one, what we can achieve, we can keep, we always say, right, user friendly design, user first approach. So what we do basically, by this way we can keep user upfront at every stages. So we call it product development stage. Okay, product development stage. So at every stage of product development, means starting from the research till the end. Okay, whatever is there, so in the entire duration, okay, we call this product development stage. Okay, so that duration is called product development stage. And in that stage, by empathy mapping, what you will do, you will keep the user at front foot. Okay, so that design is always towards the user. Okay, now the question is significance and why it is important. So why it is important, because it plays a critical role in aligning the team. Okay, so whatever the UX research team is working on any problem. Okay, so what it helps is, it basically align the team by creating a shared understanding of user, right? So we got to know about the user, about their feelings, about their emotions. I'll tell you, I will get. Okay, but for now you understand, you get some data and your team is aligned. The second thing is identifying gaps in the team's existing knowledge and about users. Okay, so we'll get to know about the gap in team's existing knowledge, like what we know about certain situations and about users. And third is guiding the design process, as we know. So as we move towards the design process, we'll be able to get more real user needs and emotions, and we'll be able to achieve a good design. Okay, now very important. So basically, it organizes, or you can say it is distributed into four parts. Okay. So first is what users see. For example, uh, let's take an example. A tourist has arrived in India, okay, and he went for seeing Taj Mahal. Okay, so first is what he sees about Taj Mahal. Okay, once he sees something, okay, then he'll say something about it. Hey, it's a masterpiece. It's white marble. Okay, he'll say something about it. Then he'll hear from others. Okay, someone might say, hey, it's not very good monument, or someone might say, oh no, it's very super, out of seven wonders of world. Okay, so he'll hear about Taj Mahal, multiple things, maybe bad, maybe neutral, maybe good. Okay, and then he'll make one perception. Okay, then he'll make one perception, so he'll think about it, he'll analyze the same stuff inside him, and he will then make a feeling out of it. So more uh, positive thoughts or whatever the experience that he got, okay, based upon this he will make a feeling. Now, four components, as I told you, say is their actual word, feedback and quotes, whatever he feels it. Think what's going on his mind, maybe emotions or maybe concerns. Okay, then feel is emotion responses like frustrations or excitement, and do is what actions he took. For example, let's suppose Amazon checkout process. Okay, so I personally used, let's suppose I personally used Amazon. Okay, and I purchased one item. Okay, based upon the purchasing, okay, what happens is I find it good. I find the UI very smooth, very cool, and I can easily do it. Okay. So what I will say, it's awesome. I like it. Okay. Now, at the time of doing it, maybe some emotions come, maybe payment was very quick, or maybe, overall it's good. But at some point I find it a bit difficult. So what are the emotions that was going in my mind at that real time? Okay. That we call as think. Feel is responses, like after having the responses, after I am done with the checkout, what I eject, means whether it was a frustration or an excitement, very wow or very low, or kind of a neutral response. Okay, so that was basically feel. And do is, if I again go there in the website and again using it, okay, means I'm liking it. I liked it. Okay, the response was good, and the way I'm actually interacting with the any product, or through any website or through any application. Okay, so that is basically do what you are doing. Basically, after that one, we'll understand in detail about this four with example. Don't worry. So first is, let's have an example. Okay, so first example is, here is saying identify why user behave a certain way. Okay, so first is, imagine a user who feels frustrated, means first thing, user is frustrated about something. So what it does is, they may start clicking back repeatedly. Do. Okay, so first is feeling, so frustration is feeling. Then with that frustration, he's again and again clicking something. Okay, so that he's doing. When they cannot find what they are looking for on your website, the frustration leads them to make impulsive decision and leaving the site. But when you as a designer can see this connection between what they feel and what they do, you can fix it with a pain point. Okay, so what it says is, let's suppose I am frustrated with some UI. Okay, and I with that frustration, I simply clicked many things like buttons, whatever I feel. Okay, and I didn't find my solution, so I left. So by this behavior, or by this observation, you can identify that, hey, he was frustrated with UI, and due to this, he repeatedly clicked many points, many touch points, and due to that, finally he left it. Okay, so that feeling and doing came into picture. Second example, you think of it, designing with empathy as crafting a personalized gift. Okay, for example, you would not just pick any gift, but carefully consider person's likes, needs and dislikes. Right, for example, you go for purchasing some gift for your friend. Okay, so at that time you will carefully analyze, hey, what he likes, what he feels okay, what he is not okay with. Okay, in the same way, when you go for empathy map, okay, you will try to understand user in deep. You will try to find what they love, what they don't love, what they like, what they dislike, what frustrates them, what make them wow. Okay, so what are their motivations? All these things you will talk about in empathy mapping. Okay, you will write all the stuff. Now here, there are few quick steps to create empathy mapping, and then we'll go for the example. So first is set your goals. Okay, so as we know, setting a clear goal is very important, like what you are trying to achieve. So whatever the goal is there, okay, you need to first set that. The second is collect research finding. Now, let's suppose you set a goal that I need to find out uh, users pain point or frustrations about Amazon checkout process. Let's suppose, okay, that you have set your goal. Now you will try to find out data, like you will go for research. Okay, so what you will do, you will go and do interviews, you will go and do some surveys. Okay, or maybe some standard UX method that is proven. Okay, and you try to find out the you try to find out the data, or you try to find out the information. So in the second step, what you will do, you will go ahead and you will find which research method you should go ahead for this particular goal, and how to get the data out of it. Once you find out, okay, this is the research method, for example, interview, survey, type form, observation, whatever you find. Okay, now you are done with finding the method. So what you will go, you go about gathering the data, okay, from each group or from each user. What you will do, from that research method that you have finalized, you will try to find out the data, more and more data, maybe qualitative, maybe quantitative. Okay, now from that data, what you will do, you will make it quadrant, means you will distribute into four parts, that is says, thinks, does, and feels. So till here we already covered in our last classes, right? We know what we need to do. We went and we find the research, like we found which process to go ahead, and we have gathered data. Now we are at this stage, like empathy map is at this stage where what you are doing is you are basically organizing it. Because if I give you lots and lots of data and data and data, it's very difficult for you to analyze what insights I am getting out of it, right? So what you will do, you will perfectly uh, arrange it. For example, a cupboard. Okay, if I in that cupboard, if I put all the clothes randomly, maybe shirts, pants, socks, towels, if I put randomly, and if I ask you, okay, go ahead and find a red towel, will you be able to do it? In the chat, please. Yeah, Divakaran, I'll tell you. One second, guys. One second. Let me put on the charger. One second. Okay. Now tell me, if I ask you to, okay, yeah, if I ask you to find out a red towel from a bulk of clothes in the cupboard, will you be able to do that? No. Why no? Why no? Why no? It's not managed, it's not arranged. Okay, so empathy mapping is all about arranging. Okay, we are arranging. Okay, now After arranging, you will go and synthesize insights, because now you have arranged, and what you will do is, suppose that you will be able to look for patterns. You will get the insights. Hey, this is the pain point, this is the frustration, this is what user talk about, okay, this is what user feels uncomfortable, okay, and you will be able to take some informed decision, okay. So before getting into this demo, let me unmute Divakan and ask him his doubt. 1 second. Okay, participants. Divakaran. Yeah, correct, Rajiv. Yeah, Divakaran, please tell me your query.
I don't have any query regarding this. What is it about?
Okay. Regarding affinity, this one, empathy mapping, you are clear, right?
Yeah, I'm clear. I'm clear.
Okay,
I
okay.
had a doubt regarding it. Uh, you need to understand the behavior of that particular person in order to map their interest or something like that. But now
Okay,
I'm
clear. Okay, okay.
yeah.
Perfect, perfect. No worries, no worries.
Thanks.
Okay. So with that note, let's get on to the activity, guys. Okay. So try to understand. Here we need to create an empathy map. Okay. And what we are going to understand, we are going to understand users' thought, thinking, emotions, frustrations, excitement, and behavior, what he does, what he doesn't. Okay, so let's focus a John. John is a person, 32-year-old marketing executive, okay, and he loves traveling for work, okay, but often feels stressed when booking a trip due to unfamiliar platform. So he's using some application, some kind of application to book a ticket, okay, and he feels fear of having mistakes because he's unfamiliar with the platform, okay. So now John is looking for a solution so that he feels confident and he can easily plan the trip independently. Now, guys, okay, so this is the scenario, okay, this is the scenario, guys, okay, sorry, this is the scenario, guys. Business travel booking app, user John, 32 years, marketing executive, okay. Now imagine you all, okay, and be active on chat. I'll try to see how you are understanding empathy map, okay. Imagine you are traveling for a work and your manager wants a ticket booked ASAP using a new app. You are not familiar with the app. Okay, guys? So one wrong click, money wasted. That's John. So think you are a John or you are at a position of John. Okay. Now, question is, have you ever felt stressed booking tickets online? If yes, tell me the reasons. Anytime, maybe flight booking, train booking, anything. Anything, guys. Why? 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 In IRCTC. Okay, let's talk about IRCTC. Why? Why? Hidden charges. Good. Good. Yes. Booking date may be incorrect. Okay, perfect. Too many informations. Perfect. Right. So we got three unfamiliar taxes, maybe hidden charges. My dates are correct or not, means my informations are correct or not. Okay, booking dates are correct or not. Seat availability. Yes. Whether I'll get a seat or not, whether it will be confirmed or not. Maybe you are booking at the last time and you might miss the reserved seat. You might go for waiting list. Mhm. Too many informations. Yes, not familiarized. Okay, perfect. Ah, yes, correct. So basically, what you all are correct. So here, these all are the fear that is in your mind. That is obvious, quite obvious. As a user, that's quite obvious. And in empathy, so think I am doing an empathy, and I wanted all of you, okay, I wanted to understand all of you. I wanted to understand all of your pain points so that I can make a UI, I can make a design, and you all, whatever your doubt, maybe hidden charges, detailing, too much information, my seat will be booked or not, all this will get resolved. Okay, so here my goal is to understand all your frustrations. Okay, and I am understanding, I'm trying to understand, like, why you all feel stressed. Maybe due to multiple reasons that you told. Okay, so here I am not designing any screen, am I? No, right? I am not designing any scheme. What I am doing right now, I am understanding John, means I am understanding you all. You got it? So the first thing in empathy map is to understand the user. This is clear, guys. You all clear? Empathize, correct. You all clear? What is the first thing? You need to understand the pain point. Yes, 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 yes. Now, be with me. So now we will fill the empathy. Now I got what you all feel, okay? What you all does, and what you think and what you say. Now I got the idea. For example, let's suppose Amu. Right now, Amu must have written some issues with a new IRCTC website. Okay, so he told me he feels disconnected, maybe due to hidden charges. Let's suppose. Okay. So this is what she is saying. Then, while doing it, she must be thinking, "Hey, I wanted to. I saw the ticket price is 500 rupees per ticket from Delhi to Bangalore, and if I go ahead, so I might spend more." So this is what he thinks, and while doing it, he was again and again seeing, "Hey, this charges is there, this charge is not there." Likewise, he is seeing the skills again and again and again. So this is what she is doing, and internally she is feeling whether I might spend more amount or not, whether some hidden charges will be there or not. So this is she is feeling inside. Okay, so now what we can do from all this observation, we can basically classify it or organize it in the four different quadrant. We call it quadrant means four, right? So we can divide into four different parts or quadrant. First is say, okay. Second is thinks. Third is does, and fourth is feels. So first question, say might be, okay. What might John say while booking? So he might say, "Hope I'm choosing the right date. Why this is so confusing? I don't want to make a mistake." This is all he might say. Okay. What he can think, what if my manager rejects this booking? Is this platform reliable, whether I'll spend more amount or not? Or am I missing some data? He's thinking what going on his mind. Okay. Now, what action does John take? He is double checking the dates and prices. Someone mentioned, right? Yeah. Okay. Yes, putting ourselves in the John suits, correct. So now he'll double check the dates, the prices. He'll see in the app, he'll see in the website, oh, whether same thing is correct or not. He'll see the cancellation policies. Okay, before pay, he'll again go and double check because he was unfamiliar. Okay, and as a designer, as a facilitator, you are observing John's activity from distance. You are seeing what exactly he is doing, and what obviously as he is so much in tension, okay, so much in problem, so he must be anxious, okay, he must be overwhelmed, and he's afraid of making mistakes. And once everything is booked, he cross-checked again. Okay, John, from this date to this date, this window, this seat, this amount, oh, for this one, okay, this is confirmed. He feels relaxed. Okay, so first he said to you, I hope I should make a very good booking. I wish I should not make any mistake. The dates are fine. Okay, I should not make any wrong detailing in the booking. I should not fill some wrong information. This is what he will say. And while doing it, he might be thinking, okay, or maybe just before the action, he is thinking whether I will do it or not. What if I make some mistake, whether I am missing some important information or not, whether I am going correct or not. This is what he is thinking just before doing the action. While doing the action, as he was unfamiliar, double checking everything in switching between the apps, okay, reading all the information, and finally very tensed while doing it, and at the end he is very relaxed because he find it okay. If he doesn't find it okay, he'll be again tensed. So as a designer, you need to understand his four things. That is what he is saying, what he is thinking, what he is doing, and what he is feeling. Okay, taking all this insight, you will be able to design it better. And how we will design it, we'll talk in upcoming classes. Okay, now tell me, you guys, what pattern do we see here? Quickly, what pattern do we see? Quickly. Correct, Devakaran. Quickly. What pattern, or what are the insights, what are the issues you are getting here from this four? Tell me, what pattern? Quickly, guys. Tension. Very well, very good. Others? Anxiety. Okay. Stress, anxious, pain points of the user. Okay, 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 okay. So you almost there. So basically, these are the few insights that we get. Okay, the first is user need clarity and reassurance. As John is again and again. Correct, right, Divakaran. So first is user need clarity and reassurance. Okay, like I'm saying, oh, he's very tense with the clarity, whether the information is clear, he like whether whatever he has filled is correct or not. Means a preview. Okay, we need a preview. How we can design a preview button? Then we will think in the third module. But for now, you got the idea that he needs preview or a summary before final summation. Second, as you mentioned, okay, he is doing right thing or not, means fear of making mistakes. Okay, because fear of mistake is bigger than the price, and trust matter more than speed. He doesn't want to complete the task very quickly, but he wanted to complete the task very finely, like he wanted to complete it very in a very good way, so that the booking is at the end successful. So what few insights we got? He wanted to avoid errors. Second, he is very he is not in very hurry. He wanted to get it done at any cost. Means fear of mistakes, means we should give some option by which he should not have that fear. And third is whatever he is inputting the data, whatever he is pouring the data, or giving the information, or giving the detail inside the website, okay, that should be very easily readable. I can easily find that things without any hidden charges, or without any dark UX practices. Everything should be clear and crisp, and he can see this. These all are few insights we got from John's behavior, like overall behavior, what he is saying, thinking, doing, and hearing. Okay, now tell me, what can we design for John? Quickly, guys, what can we design for John? I've given the hint also. What can we design? You got the insight. You got the insight. Yeah, sure, Divakaran. Sure. Let's take this after this one. Okay. Now tell me, guys, what can we design? What can we design for John. Quickly. Perfect, Samruddhi. More, more, more. Mhm. Contrast buttons, fairs. Yeah, correct. Correct. So basically, we can simply design step by step booking flow. Means, as you are saying, lots of data, lots of data. So there is a UI element. We'll talk about that element in module 3. We call it step. Okay, let me show you guys one second. Step UI component. Let me go to images. Okay. As you can see, okay. So this is the step, guys. Let it open. Mhm. Okay, as you can see now, okay, see, first he can enter card details, second he can enter form review, then authenticate OTP, and then create. How do you know card details, product details? Means we'll ask him to do step by step, so it will avoid having too much information in one go. Okay, guys. First thing. The second is, guys, okay. So second is confirmation summary before payment. Okay, confirmation summary before payment. Okay, so as I told you, he wanted to confirm again and again, again and again. He wanted to confirm. Okay, so obviously he'll be needing a confirmation summary before payment. Third is easily cancellation because it related to money. Okay, and there should be a quick or very clear refund information, whether some amount will be refunded or whether it will not be refunded. Okay, if he does the cancellation, so all the cancellation policies and refund policies related to uh, the booking should be there, and reassurance message means yes, your booking is confirmed. So we got this is design ideas. How to design it, we'll see in the module 3. So I can say these ideas came from empathy, not assumptions. You got it? So we got the pain points, we got what they are doing, how they are doing it. From there we get the insight. They feel frustration and all this, all what he is doing, what he is basically trying to achieve. That is our design idea. Okay, we'll validate it with UX principle and we'll implement that in the UI design. And once that design is ready and we'll give back to John, John will feel happy. Right? You all got it? Got it, right? How you will get the insights from empathy map? Yes, perfect. Okay, let me unmute Divakaran. Yeah, Divakaran. Okay.
Hello, am I audible?
Yeah, Divakaran. Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, I was about to say while going for, say I'm booking for a ticket to Chennai,
Uh-huh.
I want to know what is the weather up in Chennai if I am booking from Delhi. So some point of some little icon, if you connect it to some Bluetooth. Right now I connected to Zoom. On the top of the menu
Mm-hmm.
bar it's saying ZM Zoom icon because I am connected to Zoom. Likewise, if
Mm-hmm.
the weather is cold, I can see about a sunny icon, or if it's cloudy, I can see a cloudy
Ah,
icon.
okay,
Like
okay.
in
Like
the
detailed
city
information.
name.
Yeah,
Yeah,
correct,
just
correct.
a thought process, I think.
Yeah, perfect, Divakaran. So basically, what Divakaran is saying, it's a nice way. Nowadays, it is very commonly used in UX. So, for example, you must have, if you have flight from one place to another place, okay, flew from one place to another place, with some flight, and at the time of landing, you must have heard this from crew member, is that they must be saying, hey, welcome to Delhi airport, and weather outside is hot, 30 degrees centigrade, however it is cool, you can have. So why they are sharing all this information? Because they can give you a correlation, they can prepare you in advance, so that once you go outside, once you land at the airport, in the airport, then you can feel, okay, oh, what she told, that's okay, that was the basically what she told, that they can, I can correlate, you can plan your trip, you can plan your further travel accordingly. Okay, so that is there. Yeah, Paraj, I'm sharing, I'm unmuting you. Okay, perfect. Thanks, Divakaran. Yeah, Sahil. But to prepare. Okay, on UI, what you can do when you are planning something. For example, I'll tell you. Let's suppose. Let me first unmute Sahil.
Yes, sir. Am I audible?
So, yeah, Sahil. Yeah. Go ahead. I'll talk about that. Yeah, Sahil. Go ahead.
Yeah, sir. So since that you have given a gist of that, that we are when we are about to arrive, and we get the confirmation like regarding the atmosphere outside.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a
Mm-hmm.
very generic to inform passengers that we are entering to a new city, right? From our city. So this is very basic that they are letting you know, okay, temperature, yeah, exactly. But that's of no use because we already planned, right? We already arrived to some other city. We already packed our bags with the luggage that we thought of, rather than
Correct.
for their whatever the information they are providing. I think that is not useful. Rather than we can easily call someone from the Bangalore or from Goa, like what's the
Yeah.
weather there, bro, just tell us, so
Yeah.
we can pack accordingly. Also, another question, with continuing with the same this, that there are many applications, right, which
Mm-hmm.
we feel stressful. For example, we always talk about IRCTC, right? So why these apps are not getting improvised? Why they're not improving? There are multiple apps which are using on very, very large scale, but still there's no improvisation on the app. Why is it so?
Okay, I'll tell you. I'll tell you both the questions answer. Okay.
Yeah.
So first thing is as you told. So in the flight, they don't do it for empathy. They do it for basically to give you a heads up. They must be knowing. Okay, people are already aware. But at the UI front, what you can do. For example, I am saying, and I've implemented this also. Let's suppose you are designing an application for FedEx. Okay, so FedEx does courier services. So while designing, okay, whatever the trip they choose, for example, from starting to end, whatever the trip that they are doing, you can give them a temperature console. For example, let's suppose the trip started from Delhi, went to London, and then finally end at Seattle. Yeah, Divakaran, I'll unmute you after this. And at the end at Seattle, okay, so you can give where all the temperature changes. So what it helps is, for example, in FedEx, some material is going on, how it affects with, for example, cheese is going on, let's suppose. So cheese has multiple posture, okay, in different temperature. So the person who is planning, he can plan by seeing the temperature console throughout the journey. Likewise, you can make it and you can understand the user's pain point, and you can give him an advanced benefit. You got it, Sahil, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is what we can do. Now about IRCTC. So first of all, it's government of India's that thing, right? Indian Railway, and it is being multiple it is being used extensively by booking person over station, personal broker, for maintenance. Okay, so first thing is they wanted to make it simpler. They don't wanted to go for very hi-fi. However, the speed and everything whatever is there in the ISTC, it is much better now with respect to what I have seen in my childhood days. Okay, it was pathetic, but now at least it is somewhat sinking. But what I feel always is that the person, the agent who is booking basically in platform and in multiple shops or as a brokerage, okay, if we go and make those as a user and get their insights, they are the perfect person to give the insights about, because they spend around 10 hours daily on ISCTC. So they will give a very clear idea on that and we can improvise. There are lots of scope in ISCTC. Okay, even all the nationalized banks, you go for Punjab National Bank. SBI is better after its YONO, but before that Punjab National Bank and all this Bank of Baroda and all, I use Bank of Baroda personally. And to see the breakup, you need to click on mini statement and then go and do all this thing. Very pathetic, but there are scope of improvisation. They will do, but it's totally dependent on the government. But there are improvisation, and these all are we can do. Sahil, you got it right.
Yeah, I got your point. But again, that for the FedEx example that you have given me, that we can
Uh-huh.
also have a alternate method, right? That we can go through the temperatures. We have weather application app, right?
Yeah,
We don't
yeah.
have to focus on this particular app if we are booking tickets or if we are booking, the hotels and all that thing. So I think there are the multiple
Multiple
alternates.
options nowadays. Integration is being going on. You can even in the this one also, I find in many food delivery apps and other applications also, they're integrating with other platform to get the real insights. And with the AI in place, they are simply giving the bot and you can ask multiple fronts and you can get the insights out of it. So it totally depends while doing the research. Okay, how you are collecting the data, what your user basically want. And once you validate those stuff with the methodology that you are following in that particular design process, okay, you'll be able to find out what you can do. As you told, you can you'll have many weather apps, but
Yes.
many times it's not very feasible at the end of development. Okay, while developing it might cost more. Okay, it might cost more development time, so you need to think very wisely, not only in terms of user and UX but also in terms of business context. Best UX designer is those designer who can align UX outcome with the business goal. After all, it all is business, right? So you need to align needs in the way by which you can make your user happy and also satisfy the business goals. You got it, Sahil, right?
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't always create something very out of the box, because that will be difficult in the development and difficult to get new user on board. You are getting what we call
Most of
customer
the
engagement.
things get unnoticed. Yeah, if they take
Correct.
time. Yeah.
So everything. So that's why UX designer role is very important and very difficult also. Okay, because they make the thing and they break the thing. So that's why you need to think on every perspective. So guys, just one heads up here, on interview point of thing. I'll tell you. So you might get this question in your interview, especially those folks who are experienced, like having 4 years or 5 years of experience. So you might get this question very often. They will ask you this question, mark my word. Let's suppose Sahil. So Sahil,
Yes.
what you do if there is a disagreement on your design from stakeholder or client? So if there is a disagreement in your design, then how would you approach? So your answer should be always tell, sir, I respect them. So what here my main motto is to align UX outcome with business goal. I'll take a decision based upon the user data, based upon the usability report or the data that I am getting from the research. So your motto should not win the argument with stakeholder or client. Your motto is to align whatever the data you are getting from the research. You need to align that with the design. so that
Yeah.
you solve the exact pain point. Okay, so if you convince like this in the real time also while working on a project, then you will be at upper edge. Got it, guys?
Yeah, we don't have to disagree or we don't have to win the
Yeah,
arguments. Instead
we need
of
to
that,
convince.
whatever we have designed, we should present
Correct.
that pros and cons, right? If why we are following this approach, what's the
Correct.
reason?
You
So
can you can you can you can convince them with the help of data that you got in the research.
yeah,
Got it?
exactly. Yeah.
Perfect.
Thank
Perfect,
you, sir.
Sahil. Okay. Any other Divakaran you wanted to? I missed some questions or what? Yeah, Kevin, right. This is very important question. Divakaran, you are cool? Okay, perfect. With that one, guys, empathy is clear to everyone. Quickly give me a confirmation over chat. Then we'll move to a next topic. Over chat, guys. Empathy is clear? You got the idea? Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Perfect, perfect. Let's move, guys. Perfect. So empathy is very important. That's why, yeah, it's very important to understand every concept. Now, guys, so quick check. Sarah is a UX researcher for an e-commerce platform. During an interview, the participant mentions that checkout process is frustrating and layout is confusing. That's why she couldn't complete the task. If Sarah wants to understand the user emotion, okay, about the checkout process, which component of the empathy map should she focus on? Quickly, quickly, guys. See. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Right. Feel. Okay, now the second topic is persona mapping. Okay, we'll quickly go about it. So here now we have the empathy, we have the insight. Now we'll create a persona. Okay, so what exactly is persona and why we do it? So it is the representation of your target user. Okay, whatever the target user are there. Okay, that is the representation. Persona is the representation, and you will create basis on actual data and insight. And why it is essential? Because whatever the design decision that you are going to take, this persona will guide you. Okay, so don't get confused. Let's get in detail, you will understand. So first is, okay, benefits. What are the benefits? So first is create focus design. As I told you, here will address specific user need. So you will be able to get a better design. Obviously, improve communication, as it enhances team communication because we get the shared understanding. Obviously, we get the shared understanding here in the empathy map, so it will improve the communication. And as we got many pain points and we got the patterns out of it, so we'll be able to prioritize the feature. For example, out of 100, 70 are saying there's an issue with cart, there's an issue with checkout process, so I'll prioritize checkout process so that we can make most of the user happy quickly. Okay, so these are few benefits. Now what are the data sources? So we have two data sources, either qualitative and or quantitative. So first, qualitative. In qualitative, we have interviews. As you know, we'll get about their motivations, pain points and behaviors. Focus group, I told you. See, these all are, we already discussed. Okay, so we'll have a few group of people and we'll take their insights, their expressions, their behaviors, their thought process on certain issues or certain pain points. Okay, and third is observation. So from observation we'll get to know about the challenges in their behavior or whatever they are feeling while doing something or interacting with the product. Okay, we'll got to know. The second is quantitative. Okay, so here we'll get to know about the numerical data. Okay, so first is analysis. We'll try to understand the preferences, their pattern, how much time they are spending on each page, or maybe on any website. Second is survey. Okay, so through survey we'll get the score. Okay, whether what is the error rate and all this stuff they have completed or not. We can put multiple questions and we'll get the numerical data. And third is market research. So in market research, basically what it does is we understand the broader trends. For example, if we do a market research, for example, you understand, I wanted to put a tea stall, okay, in local market. Okay, I wanted to put a tea stall in local market. So what market research I'll do what kind of tea brand people are looking at, what time they are feeling to have tea. Okay, whether they are they wanted to go ahead with strong tea or mild tea, something like this. Okay, so if we do a market research about any situation, so we get a broader trend, or we can say broader aspect of the user. Okay, that is market research, simple one. Now a quick steps, guys. So again the same thing. First is research and data collection. So we'll go ahead and we'll do a research. Okay, so we'll understand their behavior, needs, pain points. Okay, and on that one we'll create a user persona. I'll tell you what we need to do. Okay, don't worry about it. Okay, so first step is to do a research, find out the research method, a good research method, and getting the data. Okay, the second is identifying the pattern and segment. Okay, so the second one, we analyze the common trend, okay, or common behavior. For example, many of them stucking at checkout process or unable to find the product detail that they have chosen for the cart. Okay, so this we'll try to find out the trend, the similar behavior. Okay, and third is create personal profile. So now what we will do is will create a profile for each user segment, including demographics, behavior, goals, and challenges. So what we will do is we'll divide the entire audience. Let's suppose you are doing a survey, research for 100 people. Okay, and out of that 100, let's suppose 30% are Gen Z, 30% are from the age of 35 to 60, let's say, and the rest are from 60 and above. Okay, so you can divide the entire user research or user base into three segments. We call this demographics. Okay, so we'll divide in three demographics so that we can get a better insight. I told you we always needs to arrange, organize. We always needs to feel. Okay, we always needs to organize the data so that we can get the insight. Without organization, not possible. As I told you, in a cupboard having loads and lots of clothes, okay, you are unable to find out the red towel. Okay, so I'm arranging. And in terms of demographics, behaviors, goals, and challenges, we'll arrange so that we can get the better data or insights. From that one, what we will do, we'll validate it. Okay, we will validate that data. So how we'll validate? We'll test with the real users. Okay, we'll try to find out their accuracy. We'll gather the feedback. Okay, and so that we can confirm whatever the data that we are getting. For example, in Amazon checkout process, an old people, a retired general told me of age 70, the font size is very less. So I find this pain point in demographics of age more than 60. I find this pain point. I have a user. I'll ask them. I ask him, hey, whether you are getting issue with the font size. Is the font size is not readable? He confirms me yes. So I'll mark it point. Okay, that I need to think while designing. And the fifth step is iterate and refine. Now I got the idea. Okay, so what I will do is I'll go and iterate again and again for the continuous improvement. And whatever the new data that I am getting, it will ensure that they will remain relevant. Okay, so that I should not go out of the box. For example, I check the font size, and font size is, let's suppose, 16, and I feel it okay. So what I will do is I'll tell you in the upcoming classes. In the top, I'll give them multiple font options. large, or we call it grace, default and compact. Okay, so we give the options of different font size, and we'll validate with the user. Okay, if I give this option, whether it is going good, we'll validate with the user, and we'll try to get the insights out of it, and we'll think in the design. Okay, a simple one, don't get confused here. Basically what we are doing is we are organizing the data on, you know, on different user information or collection that we got. Okay, so we are basically organizing in different demographics, or you can see age groups, their behavior, their pattern and frustration. Now what are the common mistakes? So first is generic personas. So always remember, as I told you, you need to create 3 or maybe 4. That totally depends how many different variety you are getting. Okay. So first is generic persona. Not like for every every pain point or frustration will be from same age group or different age group. Different age group may have different issues or different frustrations, so you can't make a generic persona. It should be on group. Second, assumption. As I told you, you need to revalidate. Don't assume, hey, it's he's old age, so he must be having an issue with the color. Don't assume. You need to go and revalidate or validate with the user. Okay, what exactly is user saying? You need to find out that. Don't assume. Third is not updating. As I told you, you need to review your persona, you need to review the pain points again and again, okay, while doing the research, so that you are always update with the new data. You have implemented something, again you went back to the user for, let's suppose, testing. Okay, and some of them told, oh, this is fine. So you can't assume that, hey, without going, it will be fine. You need to go and validate it. Okay, don't assume. So always you need to update. And too many personas, as I told you, if you create, let's suppose, 8 or 10, then it will be difficult for a designer only, for you only, to get the insight, because you will get confused. Okay, so always keep the persona limited, like 3 4, that's it, not more than that. Now there are few tools, as I told you. We need to find the pattern, we need to find the behaviors. Okay, so we can do it manually also. Earlier we used to do manually, but there are few tools which is available in the market by which we'll be able to do the persona creation. Okay, so these are few tools like Coco, Extensio and Crystal. So out of these three guys, Coco and Crystal is paid one, however Extensio is having a free plan. So we'll take a look and we'll see how we can create a persona, how you can take a demographic, talk about their demographic things like their basic information, their motivations, their frustrations, their brand, whatever the brand they're using. We'll try to find out each and every detail from the user. Okay, so let's have a Extensio demo. Okay, guys, with me, you got bit idea over the chat? Yes. Okay, let's go ahead with Extensio demo. So once you log in, you can easily sign up. Okay, once you log in, this is the UI. First, you have a look on the UI. Now, tell me, guys, what is the first thing you see? What is the first thing you see? Tell me. Where your eyes are going? I wanted to know this. Where your eyes are going? Input box, white sprite, free to create, blue part. Okay, with the gradient, right? Okay, center part. Yeah, you all are correct. And basically, they have highlighted this AI part, create with AI part with a background, or you can say a gradient background. Why? Because he the designer or the entire Extensio team feels that we should use this AI tool, obviously we should use, because it will be a smart work, but don't totally depend on the AI. Okay, never. At the end, decisions should be human led, means human centered, as you are designing for user, for human, not for the machines. Okay, so you can take help from the AI, but never and ever be dependent on the AI. For now, I'll give a quick demo on like manually also, and how you can create through AI also. Okay, so totally depends when you have some time. Okay, when you have time in your hand, and you have multiple user data with you, and you wanted to create a persona. Okay, at that time what you can do is you can go ahead and create the thing. But let's suppose you have some ready-made data and you wanted a quick result, so that you can quickly show a prototype or a quick wireframe to the client. At that time you can smartly use AI and you can get your things done, but always revalidate it with your insight, because at the end it should be human design. Okay, it should not be a machine design. Being said that, let's go ahead. So here, this is an AI, this is an internal product, you can see. Okay, three deliverables and all this. I'll go to the internal product. Okay, here I've created few in the morning. Okay, here what you can do, anytime if you feel, go to templates. Okay, in the templates, simply write persona. The moment you write persona, you'll have multiple options. Click any one. One second. Use template, or here create deliverables. Okay, so now here, one second guys, here you can put the image of that person, or let's suppose it's a group of person, let's suppose a Gen Z, you can put some relevant thing. Here what you can do is, got it, here basically you can write. Okay, what is their goal? For example, buying the product from Amazon in a few clicks. Okay, this is my goal. And here you can also write some other goal, like set of goals, or two goals or three goals, whatever you want. Okay, now what are the preferred channels? Okay, so here I wanted to write what are my preferred channels out of it. So maybe you got it from social media, or you got it from your friend references, or some referrals or connections. So all this you can write here. Okay, for example, as here written, social media, here is written also. You can write online ads. Okay, or whatever the preferred channels you feel. You can even change this also, I'll talk about that also. Okay, you can change this also if you feel. Okay, now come here, journey. Okay, so from starting to end, for example, here you can write the total journey. Okay, so first I can write onboarding. Okay, so here I can write sign up in the website and creating an account. Okay, in the same way, after this we can write journey here, product search, and here we can write the content out of it. Okay, searched products and find out their details. Okay, third is purchase, and last is, let's suppose, checkout. Okay, so here see the cart info and do the payment, something like this, their overall. Okay, and this is the we'll talk about this awareness consideration in the user journey map. Okay, this is the experience. So once you get to know about the user journey map, which we might cover this class or maybe tomorrow. Okay, so we'll be able to create this map and you can put that here for a particular user group. So what is his experience, okay, from starting to end, you can put that here. Insights, so here you can write two things: opportunities and threats. So whatever the opportunities he is getting, like whatever the things he is quickly getting, or whatever the problems or frustrations he is getting, you can write here. Okay, means wow moments, and here you can write bad experience. Okay, this is one way, guys, bad experience. Okay, now here you can do immediate doers in this. Apart from this, we have many other things. Now this is one thing just for an idea. Now again you come here, go to template. Here you can, first time you see create with AI, we have competitor analysis also. Okay, one pager create with AI everything. Now again let me go and click on persona. Okay, the moment you go and click on this one, create with this one, a blank one, let's suppose. Okay, so here you write generate a template for persona, simply. So he will ask you a few questions, I'll tell you how you can smartly use it, but for now see how you can get the a blank one or a basic one. Okay, so he's asking who is the audience you are aiming to connect with through this personal template. Okay, so you can write here, I want to create for some users, just give me template. Okay, so think AI as your friend. So here you can choose something, click generate your deliverables. Now you see what happens. Okay, you see now here, let it load. Okay, so here it is loading the picture. Now here few things you can use, this text image. Now it has loaded. Okay, you can put the real user whom you are interviewing or a group of user with some common icon. Okay, or maybe profile pic. Here you can add video also in this one, add table, but maybe due to maybe that in the advanced or maybe paid version. Task list, CTA button, URL you can put, HTML you can put, charts, okay, levels, all this thing is there. Here you can change the theme. Okay, you see whatever you feel. So let's suppose you are going ahead with and your demographic is, one is young girls, one is teenage girls, one is old age girls. So you can plan your color accordingly. Okay, or you can choose your hex code also. For example, I wanted to go ahead with black, So I'll put 000 000. Okay, so it will go on and it will create a black for me. Okay, second, you can choose the background. Okay, so whatever you feel, you can put here an image also, and container, something you wanted to do, you can do it here. Here it is share link, you can share this with anyone. Add, remove people, maybe in paid version. Here you can present in full screen, you can export and PDF. So this is the most important thing. Once you create it and use it in your portfolio, you can export as a PNG or a PDF and you can directly use it. So I suggest use this one while creating your portfolio so that you can easily create it and put it. And here upgrade, that is a advanced version, device, and then the image library, colors and all this, nothing much. So here, uh, let's suppose for this person, a quote is, you will ask what is the quote, or maybe you can ask in the WhatsApp, right? You write, I'm happy, my life is so happening, something like this. For example, family first, always. So by doing this, you will make a strong connection with your user. Okay, then you will write his age. Okay, very important. Age 26 years. Gender you will write male. Okay, work IT professional. Okay, family, wife and two kids. Why you are asking it? To make a correction, to get the demographics out of the user. Okay, location, let's suppose Delhi. Character, introvert, extrovert, something like this. Okay, introvert. So you can plan your questions accordingly. Now here, trait 1, trait 2, trait 3, whatever is there, okay, you can ask him. For example, the entire thing, I'll tell you here. You can ask him about entire journey, okay, or the frustrations, or the pain points, or anything which you feel that is there in the in the user research. So first you can like ask, or maybe you can put it in a way by which you can ask from the journey. Okay, the entire journey, the goal is there. For example, checkout, you can ask. For example, first you can ask, wow moment in Amazon checkout. Okay, and you can put point 1, point 2, point 3. In the same way, you can write here challenges in Amazon checkout. Point 1, point 2, point 3. And here you can write the overall experience from the UI. Okay, you can have all the here, and here you can have the incentive, fear, growth, power, social, or you can write is fear, growth, opportunities, threat, wow moment, whatever is the goal for any task. For example, in Amazon UI, like, or Amazon checkout, what should be there? Speed, accuracy, detail, cross confirmation, all this thing. Okay, you can write and you can rate them. Okay, you can easily rate them here. So you can put it here, or you can put it here, or you can go, you can easily slide it here or something like this you can do. Okay, so here you can close it, and at the end, whatever the brands other than that, so you will get an idea. Okay, maybe he says Mintra I prefer, Ajio I prefer, Okay, so here few of the brands. So here you can ask brand info. Okay, so like Mintra, he prefers, or Agio, or Flipkart, or something like this. Okay, and preferred channels again, like some referrals or online, social media, or through ads. You can have all this information. So with this one, you will be able to get the idea. Now, where you will put it, I'll show you. Go to Behance. This is the place where you guys will put your portfolio. Okay, so let me continue as this, and here I'll write persona. Persona. You see, this lady has created persona. Okay, bio, service in use. Okay, for this one, UX research and user persona, she has created. You see, like this: bio, needs and goals, frustration, behavior, personality. You see, the same thing you can create with the extension. No need to go and use it manually the way they are doing it. Even the background you can create in the Photoshop or Figma, and you can put in the background the way they have put it here. You see, likewise. Okay, you can easily create the way it has created. You can create this one from extension. Now, a quick one, guys. So this is, by this way you will be able to do it. Now, let's suppose you got the idea. Hey, this is the thing. This is all I need it. Okay, and there is one more AI tool. I'll talk Claude.ai. Okay, go here. Let's suppose you have user data, and from the user data you wanted to create a persona. Okay, so I'll tell you AI till now. Now I'll tell you AI guys. Okay, so from AI, okay, let's suppose you got multiple data. You have user pain points. You have user frustrations. Okay, so here let's suppose you have multiple data with you. Okay, and you wanted to understand. Let me just do it. Okay, design activity, let's go. Okay, so you guys can use this also, like along with ChatGPT. Claude.ai, very nice one. Okay, I'll go here, click on the new chat, and here I'll tell, let's suppose you have all the data. Okay, with user, I'll ask Claude to create a data for me. Okay, let's see how it does. I wanted I wanted to I wanted to create a persona for Gen Z. Okay, so give me some data. You have this data ready from user research, and now I wanted to refine it with Claude, or wanted to generate, so I'm doing it. Okay, so give me some data related to this demographics, and it should be feasible in persona creation. Okay, give me simple and short content. Okay, now I'm asking Claude to give me some data. So it has given me that data. Let's see. Okay, that's what, very simple. Now while doing the research, you have this data available, right? You asked him their behavior, you asked him their values and priorities, their style, the education, the background, the frustrations, the pain points, the wow moments, everything you asked. Okay, you have this data, let's suppose. Okay, so this data is with you. Now for me, okay, I will copy it and I'll go to Extensio, and here I'll write, now see the magic. Please create a persona from the below user data. From the below user data, it should be crisp and clear. Okay, I'll go here, and whatever the data that you have collected while interviewing or having survey, you will paste it here. Okay, first you can refine with ChatGPT or Claude, and then you can paste the way I did it. Okay, now okay, okay, no worries. So here, once you do it, okay, once you do it, okay, you will be able to exactly create the template the way it is there. Okay, the way it is there, you will be able to create it exactly there. Okay, or let me, guys, one second, huh? Let me change the email ID. One second, guys, huh? Then we'll go for break for sure, huh? You have reached, okay, I can't use it further. It is asking me to upgrade, so it has again a basic plan. So here you need to sign out. Okay, and let me sign in, guys. Continue with Google. Use this account, let's say. Okay, continue it. Let's see. Might it might give me the result in the free account. Education, educator, next. Skip tour. Okay, let me give it here. Okay, okay, it's doing, you see. As Gen Z. Okay, generate your deliverables. You see, guys, it is creating. Yes, Sahil, I'm yeah. You see how it is creating. Age, gender, and it has created. Okay, same. You see how beautiful. And now you see work, family, location, character, personality, everything is she has created. And if I wanted, I can, you see, I can maybe introvert. Okay, I can customize it. You see, okay, sensing he's judging, I can customize it, you see. And whatever, if I feel, see, goals, I can customize it, I can write it. Okay, here, about tags, okay, about his frustrations, brands and influencers, motivation, let's suppose fear is more. Okay, so I can say, okay, fear is more, let's suppose growth is less, growth is less. Okay, I can place growth is less, power is more, I can place power is more. Like this, I can brands and influences, I can write brand preferred channels here, and this way I will be able to create it. If I wanted to change the theme, okay, let's go ahead and change the theme. Okay, likewise, and if I wanted to change the background and all this stuff, I can do it. Okay, like this one, and the image, everything, whatever it's there, I can do it. And here I can see in the full screen, you see how beautifully it has created for me once the data is there. But the decision, you need to QA it, you need to make it human centered. Okay, human led, the design decision should be human led. Okay, and after this one, what you can do is you can simply go here, let me exit, and you can easily, okay, for that one, okay, uh, preview and export. Okay, it will come with watermark, okay, PDF, and you will be able to see the entire persona and you will be able to use it. Okay, and I am, you see this entire persona and I can download it. Okay, so let me skip, go here, and I'll be able to see in the downloads that is. Got it, guys? So let me just show you guys here. So this is the downloaded PDF. You see how beautifully it has created for me. You can change, made with extensio, you can design it, and very nice, awesome one. Guys, got it? Is it clear how you can use? Find it interesting? Yes, Sahil, we can take this question. Yeah. So, folks, now we'll take a break. Yes, I'll mute you. We'll take a break, guys. Let's meet at 7:55. Okay, and then we'll start. For the time, I'll open the poll, guys. Okay. So please give your valuable feedback. I'm launching the poll, and let's meet at 7:55. Okay, max 8 p.m. Not more than that. Okay, Sai. Let me open unmute you. Sahil, yeah, Sahil, go ahead.
Yeah, sir. So it's looks cool, and need to ask you one thing, that whatever the prompt that we have given, it is very generic, right? We
Correct.
haven't mentioned the pain points or nothing. We just given the prompt that we are the generating a persona for this audience, and for particular cause reason, right? That's the only thing that we have to mention, right?
So yeah, so basically,
We want to get the structure, right?
yeah, basically the entire journey about the user and what he is achieving. For example, your research is towards some topic, correct? So about that topic, how a user can feel, what user can feel in his demographics, means at his age. For example, the way a 20-year-old person sees an application, let's say Spotify, in the same way a 35-year-old person might not see it. Okay, in the same way 60-year-old person might not see it. Okay, so based upon the demographics, based upon the area of interest, how he is interacting, what are his favorite channels, okay, you can ask questions, you can frame and take his pain points and his journey and wow moment, and you can design a persona. Persona means the entire characteristics, the entire organization around a problem statement for a demographic people, or you can say a group of people, or a user of that age. Okay, that you are creating basically here.
So that age criteria matters a lot.
Age
With the
criteria matters a lot.
situation.
Situation, age criteria, situation, behavior, okay, frustrations, everything matters a lot here. And in persona, age is the key. Okay, you need to find, always think as a, so we'll talk about in third module. So there are UI components. Okay, so when we design UI components, basically, Sahil, at that time what happens is we think from every perspective. Okay, we even think of WCAG compliance, we'll talk about. So we'll talk about how a disabled person can also access your website. Okay, so if you keep the UI very fancy, okay, obviously that depends on the zoner also, but you need to design overall so that maximum user can get a benefit from this. Okay, so you need to diverse, you need to organize your data in different age groups so that you can get multiple insights, and while designing you can put all the features in your design, so no matter who the user are, they will feel it wow. Are you getting? So this
Yeah.
is the reason we go for the persona.
Just like you said before, that we also take
Yes,
care of the business part also. So we have to diversify
correct.
simultaneously.
Yes, yes, everything. So you might go for a stakeholder, you might go for the user. Everywhere you feel, okay, this could be the pain point. There could be some improvement. You will take their input. You will put in the persona, and while designing that, we will study in module 3. You will design through UI elements so that whoever the user is, they will feel it wow, and they appreciate your design, and they feel it good while using your application.
Okay, that makes
Got it?
sense. Yes, sir.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Sahil. Okay, let me unmute Paraj. Sure, Paraj. Where is Paraj?
Yeah,
Yeah, Paraj.
yeah, okay. So one more question is,
Yeah.
suppose in the Gen Z, like suppose if you are targeting an age group of 18 to 20,
Mm-hmm.
a person sitting in Delhi NCR and a person sitting in maybe south of India
Mm-hmm.
might have a different a set of
Views.
priorities,
Views
views,
and perspectives. Mhm.
preferences. So
Correct.
how would you handle that? Suppose, so why I'm giving this example is in a in an e-commerce app like an Amazon or a Flipkart, they are selling all kinds of products, right? They have all kind of products. How will you handle this kind of a scenario in terms of
Correct.
demographics?
Very good question. So basically, the group that you will choose, okay. So
Mm-hmm.
always try to, as I told you, persona should not be too many. So when you target, let's suppose you got a user, and his age is like lowest, his age is 17, and highest
Mm-hmm.
the age you got is, let's suppose, 72. Okay, so how you
Mm-hmm.
can plan is you will see the trend. Okay, so you will find one trend from, let's suppose, 17 to 25, 28. Okay, so you will see when that trend is almost end, so that entire chunk will be your one persona. Okay, first thing. Second thing is, when you, let's suppose, now go ahead with a group, so let's suppose 17 to 28. Okay, now the second thing is, in that age group, when you will go, so you will get all the pain points. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
someone might be very technically sound, or maybe very good at UI, or maybe very good at design. Someone maybe from arts background, or maybe from e-commerce, or maybe commerce background. Okay, so he
Mm-hmm.
or she might not be very good with the UI, or with the design elements. So what you need to do is you need to keep it simpler. Okay, whatever the design, you
Mm-hmm.
get the pain points only from the, let's suppose, who is very good at UI, but you didn't get any of the person who is not very good at UI, or not very good at design. Okay, but you need to think
Mm-hmm.
from those perspective also. That's why the biggies like Amazon and all, what they try to do is they try to make it generic. The design, they try to make it generic. And nowadays what
Right.
is happening is, basically, we have customizable option. Okay, so
Right.
on in terms of theme, in terms of font sizes, in terms of color. You can customize this. And we'll talk about usability reports and usability analysis. In that one, there is one section known as help and documentation. In that one, whatever is there in the website, in the application, it's written so that the person who is not very technically sound or not very educated but wanted to see it, so will make the UI in an intuitive way so that they can also use it. They can go to the help section, they can find out. Okay, we can give them the tutorial, right? I have just now
Right.
signed in into Extensio, and you see it has given me the tour. Okay, why it is giving me? So that no matter who the person is coming, if he is not knowing the UI or how to use it, they can have a tour. So these are our good
Correct.
UX practices. They can do it. This is how you can manage all this stuff.
Okay.
Got it, Paraj?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So let's go for a break and we'll meet after 10-15 minutes. Okay, perfect,
All
guys.
right.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Let's
Thank
go
you.
for a break, right?
Thank you.
Okay, guys, are we back? Yes, okay. Yes. Okay. Okay, are we back, guys? Okay. Watching match. Okay. Okay. Let's wait for 1-2 more minutes, guys. Okay. Shall we get started now? Okay. Perfect, Sahil. Ishan is killing. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'm ending the poll, guys, and let's get back to session. Um, okay, I'll try to give some more examples and try to be in pitch, guys, because we need to cover many tools and many concepts. Okay, and wherever you feel having any doubts or any concerns, feel free to ask me. Okay, or ping me over Slack. Okay, with that note, let me share this. Okay, already shared. Okay, perfect. So it's all about the persona. Okay, now let's go ahead. So there are few tools comparison like Coco, Extensio, Crystal. AI driven is there. Real time persona, data driven customization options. All this you can see here. Data integration, predictive insights. So of Coco, okay, like you can have efficient all this way collaboration tool report you can download. Okay, all these things it's talking about the Coco and Extensio. Okay, so just here persona is like overall creation, and Extensio has some free plans, you can go ahead, but in your corporate you will get the license, you will be able to do it easily. Now we have created this exercise already. For example, what you can do is for this demo, you need to create a persona map. Okay, for John, who finds booking stressful due to unfamiliar platform and accommodation concern. So you can create a persona. You can take this as a assignment. Okay, just see this and you can create a persona out of it. Try Extensio. Try to give some prompt from the cloud, from the real user, and you will be able to create a persona. Okay, with that note, let's have a quick check, guys. Sarah is developing a user persona for food delivery app. She must collect qualitative and quantitative data to ensure the persona is well rounded and accurate. Which combination should Sarah use? A, B, or C, or D? Quickly, guys. Okay, let me plug in. Okay, till the time I plug in, quickly tell me, guys, which one is the option? One second. Ha. Which one is the option, guys? A. Okay, more. Only 2%. Why A? Why A? Hmm. D. B. Okay, mixed answer we are getting. She wants qualitative and quantitative both. Think on that. This is the clue. A, B. Okay. Okay. Yeah, someone has written. Someone has written. Interview has given deeper about user. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, like it's A basically, we need quantitative and qualitative data. Okay. So A or B is almost okay here, but more towards A. Why? Because survey will give you a bit of numerical data. Okay. But analytics includes all the data which you can analyze. Okay. For example, in terms of percentage, in terms of numbers, in terms of trend. Okay. So analytics will have all the countable data, and interview will have uh, a deep dive like a qualitative data. In focus group you will have qualitative, but survey will give you a limited, but analytics will give you more. User observation and market research both will give you qualitative data. Okay. Interview and focus group both will give you qualitative data. So the best answer is A. Okay. Now the third thing is, guys, scenario mapping. So here what we do is we'll think of a scenario. Okay. And we'll draw it. That's why we call it mapping. Now let's deep dive into scenario mapping. So what exactly is scenario mapping? So it is a process of creating a detailed story or a scenario. Simple. Okay. For example, Amazon checkout, from start to end you will create a scenario. Let's deep dive how. So, for example, Netflix. So, persona mapping defines who the users are. So, first see what is the difference between scenario mapping and persona mapping. Okay. So, persona mapping defines who the user are. Okay, about their demographics, their pain points, their frustrations. Okay, while scenario is how users engage, how users interact in various situations with that product. Okay. So if we combine both we'll get more insights. Okay. So persona mapping might define Emily as a 30-year-old professional who loves romantic comedies. We get to know about the user, about their frustrations, about their anxiety, about their wow moment, about their good things. And scenario is basically how Emily will interact with Netflix across different devices, through mobile, through TV, how you can how she can interact. So scenario mapping gives the engagement, and persona gives the user information. Okay. So scenario mapping benefits are obviously user centric design. It will enhance because we get to know how user interact with the design. We'll get identify pain point as they are interacting, so you will get to know about its emotions, about her pain points, her behaviors. So we'll identify the pain points, and as we got the pain points we'll be able to give the task to the design team, and they will be able to perfectly align with the task that they need to do. So these are the few benefits. Now again, same thing, almost same thing, just the naming changed. First, you need to describe the situation. For example, you need to interact with a website application for Amazon checkout, and you need to complete a purchasing of one product. We have given a context. Okay, goal. What the user aim to achieve. Okay, so you have given a context like, okay, you need to do a checkout, you have given. Now the goal should be you need to achieve two product purchasing in 2 minutes, let's say. Okay. Then action, what will be the action? Action will be the step which a user will follow to complete that goal. For example, signing up in the screen, going to the product page, going to the product detail page, make going for the selection in the cart to product, seeing the detail, and making the payment. These are the actions, like step 1, step 2, step 3, likewise. And outcome will be you'll specify the user's action. Okay, means the engagement throughout the journey, starting from onboarding till payment. Okay, what was his behavior, how he was behaving, okay, not okay, good, bad, everything. Okay, so these are the key elements. First, you set the environment, give the context. You have given the goal. You need to purchase two products in 2 minutes. Step is the action. On board, go ahead and finally do it. And last is outcome. You will find whether it was a good, whether it was bad experience, whatever it is, you will find the outcome. A simple one. So these are the steps. Identify who the user is and their need. Okay, we all always need, it's a Gen Z, or it's a age group, what age group, old age group, mid age group, whatever it is. Okay, so we'll find out who the person is, what are its demographics, what are its behavior, culture, everything. Then we'll describe the situation. Amazon checkout is the situation. We'll set the clear goals. I told you, we'll tell them two products in 2 minutes, you need to do this. We map out the action. We'll tell the steps. First, onboarding, go for the product, go for the product detail page, and all this thing. Third is uh, outcome that we feel, we anticipate. Okay. For example, we feel this should be the user action. Your user will sign up. After signing up, user will be able to go to product page, and from the product page, user will be able to find all the product detail, and from the product detail you will go to the checkout, and from the checkout user will be able to make the payment and find out the a good UI, or feel, oh, it's a good one, it's a relaxing one. This is my assumption. Okay, and at the end, what actually happened, will evaluate the entire scenario and will map it. Okay, if everything is good and well, we'll map, hey, this is fine. If something is problem, we'll say, oh, this is the area, this is the situation where there was a problem, and what could be the necessary improvement out of it. Okay, a simple one. We'll review it and refine it. A simple one. Now, these are the few scenarios. Okay, so integrating scenarios in the UX design process. Integrating scenarios in the UX design process ensure user needs and experiences are constantly prioritized from start to finish. Yeah, obviously we need from start to finish so that we should not miss any of the pain point. A simple one. Practical steps how you can integrate means how you will do this scenario mapping in the UX design. Start early. The sooner you start, more rework you will avoid. Correct. So better is start the scenario early in your design stage so that you get the better insight. Obviously, cross functional team, or you can say uh, do it at multiple variation, or you can say do it at multiple step or multivariate step. Means uh, try to achieve this with different teams. Okay, team one, team two, or maybe a single focus group, or maybe a chunk of user. Okay, whatever it is, try with different so that you get the better outcome. The third is iteration. Whatever the thing we have done it, okay, we'll iterate it, we'll validate with the user, we'll test it with the user, and we'll get the outcome. Okay, it is fine, again we'll go. Now it is fine, again we'll go, till the time they are okay, they are not fine, we'll keep on iterating it, refining it. Once done, we'll document it and share. And at the end, we focus on the key journeys. Okay, a simple one. I'll tell you how to do it. So, practical tips, you need to start early. Before designing, begin with user scenario so that you get the real situations. Okay, simple. Involve designer, developer, as I told you, multiple team, product manager, or chunk of people so that you can meet the realistic requirement. Third, you need to test with the real user. Okay, refine it, refine and refine, and based upon the feedback, once you refine and give to the user, you will get less number of issues or pain points, and you will be able to meet the good design. Third is document and share. Obviously, you need to document it properly. What was the issue, how you dealt with it, how you made the design better, and at the end, what we will do is we will share with the stakeholders or to the clients. And at the end, what you will do, you'll prioritize the user journey. Like if user follow this path, or if this is the way you design it, and if the way you think it should be designed, and it has designed actually, ensuring it is smooth and intuitive, then you can assume or you can confirm that okay, it will be a good UX to the user. So at the end, you need to focus on the critical user journeys or critical scenario that you have designed, and accordingly you need to design a smooth and intuitive design. Okay, simple one, nothing much here. A simple scenario mapping. So John is looking to book a flight for his vacation. Okay, he visits a booking website to find the best flight for his budget and schedule. John uses filters to narrow his option and carefully checks the flight detail, including baggage allowance, layovers, arrival time, and all this stuff. So he also verifies if there are any travel restrictions or additional requirement for his destination, such as visa or health regulation. So here, what you can do is you can create a scenario out of it. So for that one, how you can go ahead, I'll tell you. Go to Behance, go here. Okay, so here, if you go about, let's suppose this one. Okay, here. So you see. So it is basically a scenario visualization. Okay, and in this one, see, step by step, he has created a scenario. For example, urban agriculture, intelligent transportation, recycling resources, smart building. Okay, or you can think in this way. I'll tell you an example. Let me give you a practical example from here itself. uh, 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 ha. Okay, it's written in some other language. Okay, otherwise I'll give you one real-time example, don't worry. Okay. Mhm. Kids, or working moms case study. Let's see, case study. Okay, okay, let's suppose this one. Okay, here this is kind of a portfolio. Okay, no worries. Okay, scenario you can think, you can use this. Okay, for example, you think like this. uh, I'm a user, okay, of an Amazon website. Okay, let me show in Figma. Let me go to design. Okay, now guys, think like this. Okay, this is scenario one. Scenario one. Scenario one before. Okay, so I opened the Amazon website. Okay, this is the first thing I have done. Then what I have done is here, just align it. Second, what I have done is here, signed up. Okay, once I have signed up here, okay, then what I have done, I went here from this one. Okay, explore the product. Okay, and after this what I have done is, okay, selected the product. Okay, products. Okay, now after this what I wanted to do is, let me group it, and after this what I have done is, I wanted to do checkout. Okay, and then I was searching for the checkout process. Okay, but confused how to do it. Okay, then what I will do, confused how to do it, tried a lot but unable to find. Okay guys, like this you think. And here what I will do, finally left the website without purchase. Okay, this is scenario 1 before. Now I understood this. Now what I will do is, after, okay, now what happens here is, wanted to check out but unable to do it, confused. So what I will do here, I have analyzed this with user as a designer. Okay, I analyzed it and I came here. Okay, I came here, and here what I have done is, basically I came here and here I analyzed it. Okay, so here what I will do is, I'll come here. Okay, think like this, fill, let me go to color. Okay, here what I will do is analyze the UI and made all the required improvements in the design. Okay, so being a designer, what I have done is, I came here and I have basically made all the required improvement. Once I have done it, okay, what will be the scenario after this? The scenario will be, I'll show you guys. So you can copy from here. Okay, take it here, and here I wanted to check out. Here what will happen? Done the check out quickly, made the payment successfully, and here user logged out happily. Got it guys? So this is the scenario mapping. Okay, for every user context, or for every pain points, or for every revamp section, you can have a scenario mapping. And here is a way where you will come. Okay, you will analyze and how early you will do it. You will be able to find it. And let's suppose after doing first iteration, it was not very satisfactory, so you will again create a scenario and you will feel, okay, now this is the problem. You will again come here. Okay, you will again intervene here. Okay, at the same moment you will do refinement. Okay, and again you will create a scenario. Okay, till the time user is happy. Okay, you will be testing it and clearing it. Okay, at some point of time they will say, okay, this is fine, and they will feel happy. So this is the point where you will say, oh, I am great, and here you will say all okay. Got it, guys? So with this one you will be able to, you will say all okay. Got it? For this one you will say all okay, and you will say, hey, now this UX is good and now users are happy. So likewise you can create a scenario with me, guys. Got it? A simple one. Okay, Sahil, I'll repeat once again. So first, for any revamp or for any UI areas where you feel stressed, where user feels stressed, or where user feel confused, you can have a scenario on that. How user is performing, how user is interacting with the product. You can analyze the pain point area. You can work on that one, and you will refine till the time they feel happy. Okay, till the time they feel okay, they are okay with it, they are fine with it. Okay, and once they are fine and they are easily able to complete the task. Okay, with they are good with the experience or experience of the website. Okay, you will be able to you will be doing the refinement, and once they are fine you will say all okay. So likewise you will create a scenario. Okay, and you can put that one in your that UX process. Now it is clear. It is clear now, guys, for everyone. A simple one. Okay. Rest. It is clear, guys. A simple one. It is sometimes being used. Perfect, guys. Now, so this one you can think from yourself. Okay, and you can take it as an assignment. You can quickly create a scenario. What should be the situation of John here? Okay, you can put, and you can, in a simple way, you can put in the Figma, and you can create a scenario for your practice. A quick check, guys. Your team is creating a scenario map for an e-commerce platform. After defining the user persona, the team debates whether to understand the user situation or set goal next. To ensure the scenario map effectively captures the user's experience, what should the team focus on next? Set clear goals, define the context, predict outcome, review and refine. Quickly, guys, tell me. A, okay, A, B. Okay, here user persona is defined. Okay, and goal is already set. What is the next? What is the next, guys? Goal is set. What is the next? Already told you, right? After the goal is set, what he will set? D, B, okay. D, C, B, actions. Okay, okay, okay. No worries, no worries, no worries. So you think like this. I have a situation, okay, and I need to go for a scenario mapping. First, I know the goal, I understand the user situation or set the goal next. Okay, user persona, I have, I know what I need to do. Okay, I know I need to go for user person. I need to go for a scenario mapping. Okay. After scenario mapping, first what you will do, like what you will set before giving the goal. I told you, right? For Amazon, what you need to do. Okay. First, what you will do. First thing, actions. The first thing that you need to do here is saying, after defining the user persona, the team debates whether to understand the user situation or set goal next. To ensure the scenario map effectively capture the user experience, what should the team focus on next? First, they know they have done the user persona. Now they wanted to go for the scenario mapping. What is the first step in the scenario mapping? B. Okay, context. Correct. Context. So first is creating the context. Okay. For example, I'll tell them you need to do a checkout in Amazon. Then I will set the goals. You need to purchase two products in 2 minutes. Then I'll predict in my mind, okay, they will go and sign up. After signing up, they will go for product description, product choosing. After choosing the product, they will go for the payment. And at the end, I'll review whether they have done the same way or not. Okay, they have not. I'll refine it and I'll document it. This is the process of scenario mapping. So, guys, here persona is done. Okay, and now I want to go for creating a scenario mapping. So, for scenario mapping, what is the step that I will follow? First, now tell me, guys, you got the context? B. Yes, correct, correct, right side. Now tell me, what will be the first thing that that designer will do after for creating a scenario? Now tell me, others who feel like D, C, A. Quickly, guys. Context. Read outcome after context. Okay. So outcome. So first thing is creating a context, means creating an environment, a situation. Okay. After creating a situation, guys, you need to set the clear goals, what they need to perform. Then you will predict the outcome. Once you predict the outcome, then what you need to do, what they have done exactly, you'll review it and refine it. Okay. Okay, guys, is it clear? B. Correct. B. Define. Yeah. Yes, 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 yes. So first thing is no. Okay. Now tell me in chat, guys. What is the first step in scenario mapping? Quickly. First step. What you will do? Quickly. Persona is done. After persona. Before goal. Before goal. Context means environment. You will set up the environment. So what is the first step, guys? Context. Okay. After context, quickly after context, goals. You will set the goals. After goal, after goals, after goals, outcomes. Means you will predict the outcomes. Perfect. And at the end, predict outcome. At the end, review and refine. Okay. You got it, guys, now? Everyone? Yes, 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 yes. Perfect. So, with that note, guys, we have understood empathy mapping, persona, effective persona, how we can do with qualitative and quantitative and scenario mapping. With that note, we have completed the fourth module. Let's quick before going for the Q&A. Let's have an engaging session with module session 5. This thing. Okay, session 5 engagement. Let me quickly go to here. Okay, and let me open. So I'm considering you all are clear with scenario, persona, and empathy. Okay. Now what we will do is from that one, from the persona, from the scenario, we'll create a user journey map, task flow, storyboarding, and competitor analysis. Very important. Okay. So be with me. for some engagement, okay, on the chat, on the chat, okay, on the chat. Perfect, Priyank. Context, goal, outcome, review, and refine. Perfect. That's super. Okay. So here, basically, what we will do, we will go ahead with the user journey map. Means how the mapping done for journey that user took. Okay. Then we'll go ahead with task flow, storyboarding, and computer analysis. So here we have already covered empathy, persona creation, different ways and scenario. A quick check, a well-designed user journey map. Okay, I just now told you will learn in detail in a few minutes. So now understand user journey map is the basically how user performed a journey. Let's suppose for Amazon checkout from starting till end, what was the user's journey? Okay, we will map it. Okay, so a well-designed user journey map can improve customer satisfaction. Means I'm satisfied with the UI, okay, and UX by up to 20% and increase revenue. Obviously, if UI is good and UX is good, for example, Amazon has more user because its UI UX is good. Okay, so increase revenue up to by 15%. However, only 44% of the company claim they actively map customer journey. Okay, so in simple term, you understand customer journey mapping is you understand the customer journey from starting to end, and it is proven that if you follow it, 20% satisfaction will increase and revenue will increase by 15%. Then also only 44% company claim they use it. Now tell me, being a designer, being a user, why what is the main reason companies don't use journey map? Okay, now quickly guys, why? What could be the reason? Quickly tell me. Yeah, yes, I. It is for developed application also. So in developed application, you will majorly get for the revamp some areas or the click rate is come in some screens. So at that one, you can ask some user to perform it. You can map a scenario like uh, what how he is performing the task, and you can improve the area and you can refine it. Okay, usability accessibility will come in that one, no worries, it will come, it might come in that one side. Got it? Okay, increases production cost, right? Perfect. Yeah, perfect side. So increases production cost. Okay, others guys, why company don't use it? Quickly, quickly. Any random guesses? That's okay. Okay, let me break the ice. So, real example, you think, real example, okay? Ordering a pizza online, okay? Imagine you are ordering pizza from an app. So, what you experience first, you open the app because you are hungry. Second, app takes forever to load. Annoyed. It takes, let's suppose it takes some time to load. Okay. So you feel, okay, menu is confusing. Let's suppose you feel frustrated. And you, any which ways, you finalize the menu and you wanted to put some coupon and it was not working. You felt angry and you quit without ordering. You suppose this is the situation. Now what the company sees without a journey map means I'm not taking your situation into consideration. I'm not aware of your situation, what you felt here, and I am assuming, user opened app, user left, probably didn't want pizza. So it is my assumption, right, that user was not wanting the pizza. So first question that should come in company's mind, or if you are designing some application, if he doesn't wanted pizza, then why he wanted why he opened up food app and searching for pizza, correct? Right? Or maybe if he is searching some food, let's suppose in a app like Amazon, okay, and if I feel okay, he waited for some time and then he left, if I feel, let's suppose, okay, then it is my assumption. Why? Because I have not interacted with the real user, okay, I have not mapped the journey, means I was not the part of his journey, okay. So what company will see or would see with a journey map? Oh, he see. Okay, there was a slow load time, impatience trigger. Okay, confusing menu means decision fatigue was there, and as the coupon was not working, so trust broken, and finally he quit. So with the user journey in place, okay, companies able to see the entire journey of the user, okay, and from this one I can take the actionable insights. For example, I can use a lightweight UI so that loading is fast. I keep menu very simple, customized pizza, uh, paneer pizza, something like this. I'll make the app very simple so that menu is very clear and user can use it, and whatever the coupons are there should be easily visible, quickly visible, and applicable from the user side, okay. So if I give all these three UI improvements quickly into the app, whether it will increase or not, it will increase, right? Because I mapped the user journey, I experienced what exactly user felt, okay, and I have taken the actionable insights. So why don't company use a journey map? Because they think they know user, okay, but the reality is they don't know. For example, a bank think its app is Fitch Reaser, and user think, why does checking my balance need 5 clicks, correct? So uh, for example, Punjab National Bank, okay, or Bank of Baroda, if you go, UI is not very good. They might be thinking they have plenty of options, but being a user, by myself as a user of Bank of Baroda, so I use ICICI also and I use Bank of Baroda also, okay. So in both the situation, my experience is difficult or different. In ICICI, I feel it organized. I feel it better. Okay. However, somewhere in Bank of Baroda, I feel it disconnected. Being a user, I feel it. But at Bank of Baroda's side, they might thinking they have lots and lots of features. They are doing this, they are doing that, but they are not coming into user's shoe and thinking the real situation. If they think the real situation, then they will be able to see what exactly is the problem, and then they do it. So now tell me, why company is not using it? Yeah, correct. Quickly over chat, guys. It is important for the next upcoming class. Why? Why company is not thinking? Now tell me. They think they know better. Right. They think they know better. They are not actually thinking about the user. Okay, guys. It was clear to everyone. Clear? Yes, I. Sure. Okay.
Am I
Go ahead.
audible?
Yes, I.
Yeah, so as we are talking on the topic that improvisation of the applications, right?
Uh-huh.
So these improvisations, right? Is this applicable on what kind of users? For example, if I'm the prime customer of Ola, right? I'm very
Uh-huh.
frequent into that. So do these companies work on the feedback of the users, those who are proactive on their applications, or it's some like very generic? For example,
Okay. Okay.
Zomato. If I'm a prime customer, I use Zomato very frequently and Ola very frequently, right? So
Okay.
suppose a bunch of people are giving their feedback regarding the improvisation of the application. So do they really work on that area that okay, these are our prime customers. So if they are giving some feedback, so we should improvise. Like again, on the same
Got it. Got it. Got
previous.
it. Got
Yeah.
it. So basically, what happens in the real environment is that obviously they are the prime users, they are the premium users, so they will be given the priority. But the companies who feels like uh, the application should be generic, should be globally accepted, they don't underestimate any demographic customers. Okay, they take care of those feedbacks also, which are not very in trendy or not in very pattern. For example, we talked about pattern identification. So let's suppose out of 100 prime users, okay, they find an issue with 70 prime users. I'm talking about the prime users. Okay, so they are
Okay.
going to do UI enhancement in that area for sure. They will also take the 30%, but in the second priority. Why? Because 70% is majority expecting that. And then they go for a regular user. Okay. And they find out again the same thing. Around 50% likes this, 50% likes that one. So what they do, they go ahead and in the third priority they do that. That's why if you see improvement in Netflix or maybe the WhatsApp, okay, or maybe the best example is Teams. Okay, if you see in last 1 year, Teams upgradation on UI, they have slowly implemented the new features. Okay, so they first, what they have done firstly, they have changed the input area, because I think it is the most in demanded upgradation. Then they have changed the way you need to schedule the calendar. Okay, so in priority wise they are taking it, because they are getting the same insight at the backend from the user research. Okay, and first they test it. Okay, so they test it whether it will be, good for the user or not. It is they are validating those features with the user. And for that they give that sample to their prime users only first, and they take the input. Once go, then they launch and then again test, like what was the bounce rate, whether the new customers are coming or not, retention rate is good or not. And once they find it, they have the trackers, they have the analytics, they find it, and they go for the permanent enrollment, or they quit, they go back to the old one. So it totally depends on the user and how they set the priority. For ux designer you need to set the priority. Okay, prime user, mostly needed features, priority 1. Prime users or active users, features like they someone wants, doesn't want, you will set the priority 2. Then you will go to the active users, or you can say go to the general users, or an overall user satisfaction you will think of, and all the thing you will set in the third priority. But you will make sure that all the things are taken care of. Got it, Sahil?
Yeah. So will that make sense and strong enough to say that on first basis they are considering the most generic issue from all the categories?
Yeah. And one more thing is there, whatever the things are quick. For example, let's suppose they need to change the position of a CTA button. Okay.
Okay.
And it is quick and it is in demand, not very high, but in demand. They will consider that also. Are you
And that
getting?
doesn't cost them too much.
Yeah, and all these things are always, as you are talking about the user, the advancement, all these things comes from the business perspective. Okay,
Yeah.
how the revenue, how the things will make in the business context, and keeping user into the center, into the limelight, they take all this decision and go ahead.
And that also counts on that if they doing something, uh, some improvisation in the application, and that will increase the footfall of the users in their into their application and not charging them more. So they do
Ah,
that.
so it's an overall. So obviously for premium features, they will give extra advantages, extra features. You will obviously get it. So all this AI tool works on the same method, same principle. Okay,
Yeah.
premium features, premium users will get, premium features, and general
Mhm.
users will get general features. Same like that.
Okay.
This is
Okay.
this is the way. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Priyank,
thank you.
you got it, Sahil, right? Hope
Yeah,
you
sir.
got it.
Yeah, thank you.
Perfect. Okay, thanks. Let me unmute Priyank. Yeah, Priyank.
Yeah, hello.
Yeah.
Hi. So,
Hi.
I have a question again.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so scenario is that suppose so I have done this myself, so that's why this question came up.
Okay.
If I'm going to order something through Swiggy and through
Okay.
Zomato, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I suppose I wanted to order a pizza. I saw a good deal on
Mm-hmm.
Swiggy. Then I
Uh-huh.
went on Zomato
Uh-huh.
and I wanted to compare, right, which
Okay.
is giving me a better
Benefits of.
option.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
what happens is in that scenario, I will be going here and there on the application, clicking here and there, and then maybe exiting one of the applications.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that account into? Would you guys, would the user UX researcher consider this as that the person got frustrated and he exited the application?
Yeah,
Because
obviously.
I think it's a product problem, right? No, pizza problem. So if I did not find a deal which was matching on something which was matching with another application, it's not actually a UI or UX problem. It was a different problem.
Yeah, that might be
Yeah,
inventory problem. There might be a stock
yeah,
problem. There are many kinds of
yeah,
problem. Okay, so
yeah.
with analysis, there we have web analytics tools, as I told you, user testing. Okay, so basically what happens is uh, uh, the way they do the pricing. Okay, the same kind of thing you can find at different prices at different platforms. Okay, so that totally depends on how they have organized their content or their materials on the website or on the application. For example, you think of a peri peri pizza. Okay, large size peri peri pizza will have might have same cost or might have different cost, but for sure here what happens is it is not about a UX now, it is about perspective and preferences. Okay, so for example, if I want a peri peri pizza in a way Domino's prepare, okay, so I'll go for that one. Okay, whether it has two more clicks, but I'll prefer that one. Why? Because that user is already retained in that application. Now to make it come out of that and go for Pizza Hut, what Pizza Hut can do is in the same price, they can give some better option with better UX. Are you getting? We call it competitor
Hmm.
analysis, and we will cover this in this session, like tomorrow. Okay, so
Hmm.
in the competitor analysis, what? Yes, I'll mute you. So in that one, what happens is they basically we basically compare what extra option that particular application is giving, and we'll try to give the same option with better UX and better experience to the user, so that they can leave that application and join Pizza Hut as a retained member. So that comes under computer analysis, and by this way UX designer can find out what exactly is in the trend, and they can follow the same thing with user need in their application, so that the application makes good user experience and can be can beat the competitors. So that is what there we do in computer analysis. Let me know. Yeah, you got it right.
So
Yeah.
yeah, in a way, but again, my question is, suppose if you are doing a scenario mapping kind of a thing, right? So you are actually mapping every click by the user, right?
Okay.
So you're looking at the person logged in, then he went and he searched for pizza. So he clicked on the pizza category. Then he
Uh-huh.
saw there are so many restaurants. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
now he clicked on Pizza Hut. So maybe you will think that he's preferring Pizza Hut. So
Mm-hmm.
now he's looking at the pricing here and the offers that are available. Then he goes
Mm-hmm.
on to Zomato on the same phone,
Mm-hmm.
and then he searches for again maybe pizzas, goes into pizzas. He doesn't find the similar offer. But what has how it has resulted, the now you is suppose Zomato is doing the user the scenario mapping thing. Zomato, how will Zomato be able to identify whether the person exited due to the offer or whether the UX was complex or the UI was complex, that is why he exited? That is what my
Okay.
question is.
Yeah, so what he can do
Yeah.
at that time is that is known as bounce rate. Okay, we call it bounce rate. So
Mm-hmm.
what Zomato can do, he can perform the same action. He can track that. Okay, let's suppose same kind of user. Let's suppose in between 9 to 12 p.m. Let's suppose 100 user has same pattern. Okay, he
Mm-hmm.
identified the pattern. Now what he will do is, first of all, he'll check by his like on Zomato side with their prime user whether this is the problem or not, and they clarify it with other user,
Mm-hmm.
multiple user. Okay, maybe they can make a focus group of 200 folks, or maybe they can go for a survey, and they can have this session in the survey. Okay, and they can get the result. If majority of result says, hey, okay, this is fine, this is good, okay, so they will do small changes or some changes which may be existing there or may not be. They will do some changes and they keep it open. They think that they are random user, they just came once to explore. But if they find the problem is genuine with other user inside what they have performed, they will go ahead and change it, and then they will track it. They will again monitor their websites,
Mm-hmm.
their applications. Okay, like for
Yeah.
different real user or new user, whether now new user is performing or not. If yes, performing well and good. If not, then they will again go back to the old user from which they've gathered the data, and they will again refine it. The moment
Right.
they see new user is coming and taking advantage out of it, they will iterate it and refine it. But this is totally
Right.
depend on the business. Okay, how the business
Mm.
wants to do. For example, if that 100 user pattern what they are finding is very less in compared with majority of the user, like they are okay and there is no bounce rate, retention is good, so they will not consider. But they will consider all those UX touch points which are having issues or might having issues, and they will probably improve it. Okay, so it is again,
Mm.
it is then stakeholders call, Priyank.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
how they wanted to go ahead.
Right. Right.
Right now
Absolutely.
you got it.
Then I
Yeah.
think it's kind of a continuous process that would go on in companies like these,
Obviously,
wherein
UX is a continuous
yeah,
process. It will go. So you
yeah,
can anytime go ahead and revamp any application, anytime. Because
right,
obviously, if you go and revamp any application, so mostly if you go for a right way, right tool, it will be better, at least 1% better than the previous one. But the thing is,
yeah,
the stakeholder will take a decision whether it is important or necessary or not. Okay, how to go
right.
about it. For let's suppose 2% of user, you can't go ahead and disturb rest 98%. Are you getting? And if you are doing it, you will
Yeah,
do it in a systematic manner.
correct.
Okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
guys, Arun sir has given the feedback link. You guys can go ahead and give the feedback. Yes, Sahil. So Prank, it's clear, right?
Yes, yes, it is. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Anytime, anytime. Sahil. Yes, Sahil, you are unmuted.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So carry forwarding Paraj's question.
Mhm.
Being into UX designing, right? So
Mhm.
you might have observed this, or you might have, came across this situation in your career that so UX designer work is to design the application and design the application in a way that it should be seamless, give seamless experience to the user, right?
Mhm.
So the pricing doesn't come in their forte, right? So it
No.
depends upon restaurant to restaurant. If some restaurant is giving a good, looking how it is different from application to application, that they are giving good offers on this, and the same restaurant. Sometimes it
It
happens,
depends.
and people say, okay, yaar, नहीं मुझे Zomato पे नहीं जाना है. I have to go on Swiggy. They are giving more offers, and also we got to know that, look, it's again an observation, and sometimes we felt that, okay, we are getting good offer, we are getting more discount, and we are getting such a bad food. So I think these things doesn't count into the
UX. No,
UX, right?
UX is a part of product designing. Okay, so
Yeah.
what you are talking about, it is a part of product designing. And product designing, they go for features also, and at the end they go for sales and pricing also. Product designer or product owner. Okay,
But
so
UX
they
designer
see.
can't do anything and can't do any improvisation if everything is seamless, everything is performance wise, it's all good, and just because of the bad food, people are shifting from one application to another
So
application. So
see,
how?
so whatever, yeah, that is also a kind of experience, but that is not related to UI, okay, interface, or uh,
Hmm.
not related to digital. That is something related to physical. Yeah, Shushmita, I'll unmute you. Not related to physical. Okay, so it's related to physical. So at that one, what the product owner thinks, how the pricing will go, how the competitor is performing. Okay, everything will be counted, and then they go for pricing and offer. Are you getting?
So do you guys do something on that thing, like since we are not into UX, right?
I sometime been part of that call. Okay, so I see like maybe when you will be very close to the product, or when you will be
Yeah.
very close to uh, all the features. So they might pull
Mhm.
you in that call where they are talking about the features, the next release, pricing and all. It's very high level. Okay, very upper management decides on pricing, how to enroll the discounts and all these things. Very upper. So rarely as a UX designer you will get those chance, but sometime you will be part of those calls. Okay.
Okay, so just out of the curiosity, just wanna ask you one more thing. Sorry, I'm taking too much time of
No
yours.
worries, no worries.
Suppose let's take the example of Zomato or Swiggy. So, being a restaurant owner, he is coming on Zomato as a owner, right? He's supplying food just for his restaurant. So, do these companies like Zomato, do they have any interaction with the restaurant owners that regarding the food and like this?
Obviously, obviously,
Okay.
obviously, they do have a tie-up. They have an internal audit, everything, because ultimately they are giving the business. Got it.
Yeah.
So obviously, Amazon has connection with their outlets, with their
Mhm.
pipelines, with their vendors, with their middlemen.
Mhm.
Everywhere has the. So it is altogether a different part of experience, but there is a connection. So business is not like one way; it's a both way. Okay, it should flow from upwards to downward also, and downwards to upward also. It's all interrelated, Sahil.
So
But being a
do
UX
these
designer,
yeah,
being a
please,
UX
please.
designer, your priority should towards the product, its uses. Okay, how user can easily use it.
Okay.
Got it?
So do these questions come across to you guys that like this kind of question कि वहाँ पे ज़्यादा offer क्यों और यहाँ पे कम क्यों? Something like that.
No, generally not. But sometimes when we do the computer analysis, we see all this and we propose. Okay, we tell them the discount and coupon section what they are preferring. Okay, it is well and good, but again, it totally comes to business context. Okay, how
Mhm.
stakeholder wants to take ahead, we need to follow pricing and all these things based upon the context. Okay, based upon the requirement that is given to us. But being a UX designer, you will rarely get all these questions, Sahil.
That's a separate department to handle.
Separate department,
Okay.
product department. They
Okay.
go for
Okay.
listing, pricing, discounting, all these things.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I got your answer.
No worries, no worries. So, team, like we are discussing basically all the questions who all have clear till now. Okay, you can carry with your. We can carry on with your rest of the day. Okay, tomorrow we'll start with this one. User journey mapping, its benefit, and all these things. Okay, for today, the theory class is over. We are discussing on the questions. So now I'll unmute. Feel free to drop off if you don't have any questions, or if you have any questions, you can ping me over chat, or you can paste your query in the Slack also. Thank you everyone. I'll unmute Susmita. Yeah, Sushmita.
Yeah, hi. So basically, my question is related to user persona and how it can translate into features and development of a particular feature in UX. So,
Mhm.
I work in a B2B company. We have a WMS platform, which is warehouse management platform, and we serve many different types of clients, like in terms of size, small, medium, and enterprise level clients. Okay, so
Mhm.
I want to understand how we can map our features according to user persona in these different levels of clients. So to give a better example, for example, in Europe region, labor is generally cheap, right? Sorry, labor is
Mhm.
expensive. That's why
Okay.
they prefer to have only couple of user personas doing multiple jobs. That is, maybe picking
Uh-huh.
and packing is combined, which is like a different flow in maybe Asia. So Asia mein the labor is much cheaper. So they can have
Correct,
more
correct.
personas. They can have a different person who is doing picking, different person who is doing quality check, different person who is doing packing. So then the
Mm.
user persona is split into three categories for this region. So I wanted to understand how, as a UX designer, we can make a product that works in regions like Europe, where the user couple of user persona should be combined or needs to be combined for the productivity and cost efficiency. And for regions like Asia, where there are multiple user personas and there are different roles who are going to be doing different tasks in their day-to-day action. So I just wanted to get more clarity on that.
Persona creation, right? In diverse demographics, correct? That is your question,
Yes,
basically. Okay,
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
sounds cool. So, what you need to do is basically, first of all, you must be knowing is that Amazon has their website in US also,
Yeah.
.us, .in
Hmm.
India, .uk
Hmm.
in England, right? Britain.
Yeah.
So first of all, on website application or maybe mobile application, they differ a bit. First
Hmm.
thing, their
Hmm.
pricing, the way they are connected with different locales, it's totally depend on uh, the area where they are being served, those applications.
Right.
First.
Right.
Second thing is that preferences of user changes when
Hmm.
continent country gets changed. Okay,
Hmm.
so you need to take care of those preferences first. For
Hmm.
example, in Middle East or in countries like United Arab Emirates,
Hmm.
UAE, so they
Right.
basically write or read from right to left.
Right.
Okay,
Hmm.
and in UK, US, and India, mostly from left to right. Okay,
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
their logo shifts. So
Right.
when you
Hmm.
design, so it is very good question. So when you design application or when you have a scenario in front or
Hmm.
context in front for creating a persona, you will
Hmm.
first ask about the user, how they
Hmm.
read. That is all persona is. Okay, so
Hmm.
you will find out the persona first for
Hmm.
that particular demographics. Okay,
Right.
now you have 10, let's suppose 10 user from Middle East where you
Hmm.
got
Hmm.
they wanted this preference, and again
Right.
you have different persona in, let's suppose, from Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore region. Okay, and
Hmm.
you have,
Hmm.
let's suppose, again different persona from Canada, US, Iceland kind of reasons. Okay, let's suppose now you have all this. So best option what company do is they give an option to choose locales. Okay, for example, big companies like Amazon, TCS, and even Converges, and all these companies where they work in supply chain and have many user base. Okay, so the option in front you will find a theme, size, that is font size, and one is country. Okay, you can choose your country, first thing. Second thing is, on UX side what you can do is you can make it a general. Okay, you can give the option of customization. For example, you can give different preferences to the user. As you have multiple user persona in front, you have multiple things, and that totally depends on the context also. Like, what are you being in charge of design? Okay, let's suppose you need to take care of an universal design. So obviously, mostly people prefer left to right. Okay, so your majority of design is towards those user, but you will give an option for those user from where you got the persona is that they wanted to read right to left. Okay, so you can have a link, or you can have a hyperlink where you can redirect those user from main website to an child website where they can do all the stuff, and all the business logic or the main thing can be done in the parent website. Okay, you can give them the experience, they can find it. Okay, and then they will feel it good. But on persona creation, you will consider all the points, you will revalidate this with the user. Once that revalidation is done, you will obviously discuss it with your stakeholder, with your client, and you can take their opinion on it, and you can take a decision out of it, because again it is a business decision. Are you getting? Because if you go and consider each and every point for every persona group, then it will be difficult for you to get the insights out of it. So you need to make a generic insight, you need to find out the trend and pattern out of it, and you need to design the UI. That is the best way what UX can go about it. You got it, Susmita? Are you unmute? One second, let me check. Participants. Where is Sushmita? Sushmita. One second. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, Sushmita. Yeah.
Yeah. So what you mean is basically maintaining different flows where
Yeah.
there are more complex processes, or a user wants more simplified flows. So
Mhm.
maintaining different flows based on probably settings or login credentials of the user, right?
Correct. So
Okay,
basically,
got it.
it defines your locales. Okay, the moment
Mm,
because my organization also works in multiple countries, like in Spain, also India, also China,
mm,
also UK, also US, also. Okay, so
mm,
we are totally, the moment I log in, it is tagged to India. Okay,
mm,
so I'll get that UI. Okay,
got
all
it.
the focus group, all the research is done towards this area users.
Mm,
What we
mm,
prefer, how we wanted to consume the data. If you go to then that UAE in all these countries, okay, maybe Gulf countries, okay, so the way they perceive the data, the way they digest the data, it might different. Okay, so they will
mm,
see
mm.
those stuffs in their websites. The
Got
best
it.
way.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Oh, thanks. Anytime. Any other question, guys? Are we all clear? Tomorrow we'll go ahead with user journey mapping. You can unmute. Sorry, you can raise your hand. Samruddhi. Okay. Last question. Sure, Samruddhi.
Yes, sir. So I
Yeah.
am actually still stuck on the bounce rate thing because I'm
Okay.
not getting that how designers get that data. Like the using Google Analytics, once we get the bounce rate of a web page, but
Mhm.
how do we come to know that um, which feature or which functionality is not fulfilling that thing? So on which step is user getting
Mhm.
stuck? So how
Okay.
do,
So,
by referring the bounce rate, how do we refer to that data and how do we actually use it? Because I searched for some examples for bounce
mhm.
rate images. It is
Mhm.
just showing the percentage, 48%, 50%, or something like that. But how do we understand on which page or on which feature exactly user is getting stuck?
Okay. Okay. So basically, there are few tools. For example, Google Analytics. Okay. So with the help of Google Analytics or Motamo, we heard, right. So there are few tools by which you can get this bounce rates. Okay. Now you understand in a simple way. Okay. So you can think of bounce rate as an engagement rate. Okay, inverse concept. So how, for how long user was engaged with your website. Okay, and to get the bounce rate, what you can do is you need to define or you need to find out uh, who all were not engaged. For example, for example, let's suppose session last for 10 plus seconds. Okay, and user views is, let's suppose, 2 plus pages per screen. Okay, and user triggers a conversation event also. Okay, so we can say it as an engagement. Okay, so it depends on company to company, website to website, so they define it. So let's suppose they have defined, if more than 10 seconds means there was no bounce rate, purposefully they have left it. And if less than 10 seconds, or maybe if less than 2 pages, okay, or user has not interacted with something, means user didn't like it, and they have not purposefully left the website. They have forced to left the website because the UI and UX was not good. Okay, so by this way they calculate the bounce rate. Now to calculate the bounce rate, what they do is they have different analytical tools. Okay, they run that. Okay, and whatever the user is there, let's suppose they wanted to check for a certain time frame. Let's suppose 20th of August to 20th of September, for some month. Okay, they wanted to check. They will check how many signed in, how many signed up, what was the interaction, and they will clarify, okay, with these scenarios how many users were there, and they simply calculate the bounce rate. Let's suppose in this period 1 lakh people enrolled, okay, or user enrolled, and with this scenario, like less than 10 plus seconds, less than 2 plus page views, or without any action, around, let's suppose, 50,000 user left, means 50% was the bounce rate. Means some issue is with the UI, some issue is with the application. They go and do the research on this and fix it. Are you getting? So
Yes, sir.
on what sample they do it, how they totally depends upon the, again, the stakeholders, the client, how they wanted to take this ahead. But as a UX designer, you should know it, how to calculate the bounce rate. If this is the situation, how you can make it better. Are you getting? They will tell you, hey, Samriddhi, we have 30% of bounce rate for, let's suppose, home section of our website. Now go ahead, do your UX research, find out the data, validate with the user, give it, submit to me. Then we'll discuss how to go ahead with the UI refinement. And you will do this, and you will present them the UI. They will again check the bounce rate, and if you have done in a better way, obviously the bounce rate will be dropped. And as the moment it is up to the mark by the stakeholder from the company side, you need to perform the same activity again and again, and you will finally reach a position where it is fixed and it will be a good UX. Are you getting?
Okay. Yes, sir. Got
Something
it.
like this. Yeah, no worries.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
no
Thank you so
worries.
much.
Anytime. Any other questions, guys? Okay, Priyank, I'll post the assignment in the Slack. Okay, I'll post the assignment in the Slack after the call. Okay. Any other? Anytime. No worries, Sarika. You can go ahead with the recording. No worries. For any questions, I'll post the assignment. For any questions, you can ping me over Slack. Okay, guys. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Hey, hi, Arun sir. I'm done for the day. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Anand sir, for the wonderful session. And thank you everyone for active participation during the session. I have shared a feedback link in the chat box. So if you indeed like this session, please do rate us 5. Anything below a 5, you can leave a comment behind so that we can improve accordingly. Once again, thank you everyone. Have a great time ahead. Do take care and keep learning always.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you. Have a nice day.